Hey, welcome back to Dove Tech Talks. I'm your host, Eddie Horton, and today we're talking about it, the 2010 Dodge Charger SXT 3.5 liter V6. Now, I know what you're saying. It should have a V8. Hey, I'm with you. I think it should have a V8 too. Here's the thing. Got a cool car. It's got great lines. They did a real good job on this car. You know, they were so dull for a long time. They'd make these windows and they just chop them straight off. They looked terrible. These things are awesome. They got some lines to them. They got some points coming back. I mean, when you pull that point back like that, it makes it look like it's going fast. Sitting right here. So here we are. It was the 1st of June, 1964. They were thinking about bringing out this new car called the Charger. They didn't know though. You know, I mean, they're like, what do you think? So they made a concept car to show it to the public. It didn't take off real good. So they came out the next year, 1965, with the 273. Now the cool thing about these was they had concept cars all over the place. They went through 4 generations of this car, and in 81 to 83 they had the L body. Let me tell you about the L body. Whoa. I mean, I'm sure there's groups out there for them. I think this was one of the worst cars they made into a Charger. It was a compact. It was horrendous. It was so ugly. It was didn't take off real well. As you can see, they only made it for a couple years. But they regrouped after that, and I thought, boy, we really did a disservice to the car that those Duke boys were in. Oh yeah, the '69 Dodge Charger. Who could forget that? That orange car flying through the air like a huge pumpkin, screaming, "Yee-haw!" That was great times right there. Now listen, after '78, this car went dormant for a while and we didn't see him around. It wasn't until '99 that they brought back another concept car. This time, it was cool looking, it was great. It just didn't have it though. So all of a sudden, it was 19, let me make sure this, I got this, no, 2000. It was September 2005. They came out with another concept car, and then all of a sudden, it took off. Everybody loved it. It had great lines. It looked like an older car should look. It had that muscle car flair that we all loved so much. Now, it didn't have the chrome bumpers front and rear, but it had that aggressive stance, that aggressive look. It looked like it was mad at you when you looked at it from the front. That's what we want. We don't want our Dodge Charger being a subcompact. That's a joke. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Hey, Doc! Don't do that no more. I told him for you. You ain't got to worry about it. It ain't going to do it no more. All right. So now, this is where we're at now. 2010, we got a Dodge Charger 4-door. 4 doors. This baby's awesome. Now, you would never thought that a 4-door could look this good. And here's the best thing about it. It's sporty looking. It's cool. It's inexpensive, son. I'm talking about inexpensive. This car right here, high mileage on it. You can pick this car up for $6,000 in the St. Louis area right now today. In this area, they're not that bad. One of the most expensive ones you can get in this model with the V6 is going to be around $12,500, $13,000 maybe if it's pristine. Here's the really cool part. It's a V6 car. The wheels, yeah, I know, they're not the best, but they're not bad for a stock wheel. But there's wheels out there that'll make this thing yours. Only for you, your style, your brand, your look. You'll love it. Get some new wheels on it if you want. They make a ton of them. So, now here's another thing. You know, the other two, I won't say their names, Chevy and Ford, but they didn't really make anything for a long time that looked as good as what Dodge was doing. Dodge knew they were on a roll. There's another car we're going to talk about in a couple of weeks. I think you know which one I'm talking about. Now, this one also comes in those same packages that the one I'm talking about comes in. I won't say its name, Hellcat. But this one comes in the Hellcat version too. This one comes in 5 models. The GT, the RT, the SE, the SXT, and the Scat Pack, and the Hellcat package. Is that 6, 5? Heck, I can't count, but don't worry about counting. Them cars come in those models, and they're cool. Now, one of the things that these have problems with is a P2302. That's one of the biggest problems it has. That's number one on the list. That's coil pack on the number one cylinder. You could have a bad spark plug, you could have bad coil pack, you could have bad wiring. You could have a critter got up there and chewed your wires in half, or you could have bad PCM. But don't worry, it's not a hard fix. Matter of fact, it happens more often than you'd think. So, the other thing that happens, everybody say it with me. What do all cars have problems with nowadays that we talk about? EVAP codes, P0456. This thing's got a P0456. You know, the funny thing about EVAP codes is you never know what they are. Could be a cracked hose, could be a bad valve, could be a bad PCM, could be that you left the gas cap off when you got gas and left the car running because it's hot outside, and then hey, turn that thing off. See how rude he was? Revving his engine up while I'm doing my show. Listen, we'll deal with him later. We'll find him at the light and give him one of them. The EVAP code could be anything. It sucks. It's hard to find, but guess what? It is repairable and it's not expensive terribly unless you got to do your computer. So the other one, it's a little more serious. There's a timing belt on this V6 and they junk teeth. Now, one of the things that happens also is it could just be a cam sensor's bad. But there was a whole bunch of times that this beautiful little baby here had a thing inside called the wind module on the key. You know, you got that key to know how Dodge got that key. It's the big fat key with the square thing. There's no actual key. Well, that key goes into the ignition cylinder, lock cylinder. It's actually called a wind module. And that wind module can go out on these cars. It doesn't recognize the key. The BCM doesn't recognize the key. It doesn't tell the car, hey, start up. We want to go boom it or do some burnouts. It doesn't tell it that. So then you got a problem. Those wind modules are a pain to put in, and also they got to be programmed. They have to match the car. They have to match the keys. The BCM has to be done at the dealer on the wind modules. You can find some local shops that can put the wind modules in and program them, but it's just best to take it to the dealer, and they'll do it the quickest and the most efficient and get it back to you. This is not a repair that you can do at home, nor is the EVAP. Usually the EVAP is going to have to be taken to a shop that has a smoke tester. The smoke tester for our EVAP system puts smoke in the system at 2 pounds per square inch, and the smoke machine is like $1,100. So you got to be careful with them two things. They're kind of expensive to fix. So now, let's talk about accessories on a V6. This is where it gets crazy. This is a pretty good engine. You don't want to wind them up too tight, but you can put a turbo on this thing. It's got exhaust you can put on it. It's got nitrous you can put on it, which I don't advise. It also has cold air intakes. Now you guys know how I feel about cold air intakes. They're pretty much noise makers. Unless you've got all the rest of the accessories to go with that cold air intake, it's probably not going to work very good for you. Your girl don't want to sit there and listen to shh, sound like you're trying to suck curbs up off the road out there. That's just not nice. If you're going to have that, have it in a enclosed box. We talk about this. It is still a cold air system, and usually you have to have them plumbed to the inner fender well or back behind the fender where there's no heat, because it defeats the purpose of saying I got a cold air intake if you're sucking it from underneath the hood. That ain't cold air. See, that don't even make no sense, does it? It just makes a bunch of daggum noise, and it's annoying. So, stay away from those, unless you're going to do the whole thing, the full 9 yards. You're going to do your headers. You're going to do all that other stuff. Now, there's also body kits for these. They make some really cool body kits. There's a wing that you can get on this car when you order it from the factory. There's aftermarket ones that you can get from the factory. They're pretty cool, too. Here again, when we're talking about accessories, we're talking about making this car yours. Don't make it for anybody else. Don't let your buddies say, these are the kind of wheels you should get. Because your buddies, they're saying that because they're living through you, because ain't no damn money. And they want you to do what they want. Do what you want. Make it your car. So, let me tell you something. If you pick up one of these cars, you're getting a heck of a car. If you can get one for a college student, you can get one for a single mom. They're dependable. They do great on gas. This thing gets 25 miles a gallon on the highway, 17 in the city, and you're looking good doing it. I mean, hold on, look Look, if I was sitting in here, see, I'd look good in there. You can look good in here. Get $6,000, go buy you one. They're like cars. They're nice looking cars. They're not bad looking cars at all. Now, one of the things you got to remember when you're buying these cars, don't drive too fast because they attract attention from the law dog. You don't want him biting you. That law dog will bite you, man. Old Johnny Law will sneak up on you with these tinted windows. Then you'll be in trouble for speed, because they do go pretty quick for a 3.5 liter V6. And tonight, we got a new sponsor tonight, Patriot Beard Supply. Now, let me tell you something. It's online, Patriot Beard Supply. We're going to have it at the bottom of the screen, the information. I want you to go check this guy out. This guy is his prior military. He's really cool. He's got lumps all over his body. He's kind of muscular, so you don't want to make him mad. He might put a knot on your head. He has got some great products. He's got beard oil. He's got beard balms. He's got the Black Bar, which is some kind of soap for your face. He's got all kinds of stuff. He's even got lip balms. He's got all kinds of stuff from this Patriot Beard Supply. And I'm telling you, it's a great product. I use it myself. It's wonderful. Look him up. Give him a holler. He'll hook you up every time. Patriot Beard Supply. Don't miss him. Also, don't miss my other buddy, Mike Weller, down there at AP Cigar. If you got to eat a cigar, you need an event done, he's got this new thing. It's called the AP Cigar Rolling Wagon, man. This thing's cool. It's painted up all copper like a penny, and it says AP Cigar real big on it. He sells cigars out of there for events. You can have him drag this thing down to your event, set it up, and he'll sell cigars at your party, at your event, anything you want. He's got all kinds of cigars there he can bring with him. Mike Weller, AP Cigar. The number's at the bottom. Now, another one we got, you know it, Dempsey over in Ohio, MrTaillight.com. Don't miss him if you're looking for replacement parts for your van, which vans are just cool. And if you're looking for replacement parts for quarter panels, doors, rockers, trunk lids, any kind of thing that you might smash into a pole because you can't drive all that horsepower around, just smash it up. Steve Dempsey, MrTaillight.com. He's got you hooked up. He's got tail lights, headlight kits. He's got body kits. He's got all kinds of stuff. Not body kits, but he's got body parts that you can weld back on or bolt back onto that car. So don't forget to see my guys at the bottom of the screen here. Hook them up with a call if you need their stuff. This is what makes it possible. Hey, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Please.